my name is Shauna and I'm going to show you how to make Hungarian goulash, or goulash as we say in English. This is a delicious entree that we'll be able to throw in to switch up your family meals. Although there are many types of goulashes out there from Germany to America, this will focus solely on Hungarian goulash. First, I'll be giving you some background on Hungarian goulash and where it came from. Secondly, we'll review the ingredients and the preparation process. And finally, we will discuss sides that will work well with this entree. Goulash is a very popular dish originating in Hungary in medieval times and quickly became a popular dish throughout Central Europe, Scandinavian countries, and Southern Europe. This thick and hearty dish was and still is a very popular dish among herdsmen in Hungary. They would make it in a cast iron kettle hung above an open fire out in the field. Actually, goulash is herdsman in Hungarian language. The herdsmen always had the best ingredients at hand, most importantly the prime quality beef. And the preparation method fitted very well to their work and lifestyle, but this popular peasant dish didn't even get served on the nobleman's table and town boats until late in the 19th century, and only then did it start spreading throughout the country. In the second half of the 20th century, it became the #1 dish in Hungary that every tourist had to try. In English, goulash became goulash, and in some parts of the world, stews, casseroles are also called goulash. Now that we know a little bit about the history and where it came from, as well as different types, let's get on to how to prepare. This is my family's authentic recipe brought over during the Hungarian Revolution in 1956. The ingredients you will need is 1 pound of beef shoulder cut into chunks, 2 tablespoons of oil, 2 to 3 potatoes sliced, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 medium onions chopped, 1 to 2 carrots diced, 1 to 2 parsnips diced, 2 medium tomatoes peeled and chopped, 2 fresh green peppers, 1 tablespoon of Hungarian paprika powder. Now this comes in two. This comes in sweet Hungarian paprika powder, or this is my favorite, hot Hungarian powder, this is the one we're going to use in today's recipe. We need 2 teaspoons of caraway seeds, 1 bay leaf, and then we have salt and pepper to taste, which I don't have over here, and we will need a little bit of water, and then 1 big pot to cook it all in. And because for lack of time we're going to be using store-bought noodles, which I picked up at our local commissary. They're German pasta, but in Hungary we would hand make them, and they're called pinch noodles, and they're the little bean-shaped noodles that you just put in. But for lack of time we'll just do those. So let's go ahead and get started with the preparation process. We're going to use the 1 big pot, we're going to put it on the burner, we're going to set it to low, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're just going to heat that up while we put our onions in. And we're just going to braise those until they turn a nice golden brown. Then after your onions are to a nice golden brown, we want to go ahead and take our paprika and just sprinkle it in there, but be very careful, you do not want your paprika to burn. And then after you've added your paprika, you want to go ahead and mix it all together, and then after that, you'll go ahead and take your beef cubes and just dump them right in, and you want to saute them until the meat turns white and you barely get a little of a brown color. Okay, and then once the meat has turned a nice white color with a little bit of browning, you want to go ahead and add your garlic into there. In there, and your caraway seeds, just put them in there, your bay leaf, and just stir it all around in here. Now the beef cubes will let out a little bit of liquid from themselves, but you're going to want to add a little bit of water in there just to cover it all so it doesn't burn out. And let it simmer for a good about hour and a half, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to give a picture of what we're looking at right now. We're going to start adding, we're going to go ahead and put in the parsnips and the carrots and the potatoes. and then we'll just let that stew and get all those vegetables cooking. And after you've added the vegetables, you'll have to go ahead and add a little bit more water. You just want to barely cover the vegetables because you don't want it to be too soupy or too runny. But at the end, I'll show you how we'll thicken it up. Okay, so now that my vegetables are almost about done cooking, we're going to go ahead and add the green bell pepper and the tomato. And we're going to take the lid off of our pot to let the steam just cook out to thicken it up. Okay, so now that we've added the green bell pepper and the tomato, and it's been in there for a couple more minutes, we're going to go ahead and add our noodles so we don't have to cook very long. And probably we'll just cook for like another 10 minutes or so. And just okay, so now everything is done. I have went ahead and taken it out of the pan and put it in a slow stirring dish so we can have for dinner tonight. So there it is. It's got a nice array of colors in there. It's very hearty. It's not too soupy. It's perfect how it's supposed to be. Now, some sides that you can put with this is anything that's like got a little bitter taste really balances out the goulash. My family has used like a red cabbage, any kind of like vegetable salad, and another thing that my family has done is use cottage cheese. It's got a little bit of a sour, bitter taste. Usually, it's nice, balances out everything. And another thing I would add is just like some French bread or some artesian bread. Just throw that in there. So this was a pretty easy dish for the herdsmen. They would start their meat. They put all their vegetables mostly, so if you obviously can grow and that doesn't need to be refrigerated, and let that cook. So now you know how to make a delicious and easy goulash, and maybe you can try throwing it in your monthly menu, because even my pickiest eater in my family, he absolutely loves it and he always asks for it. So alright, well I hope you have a lot of fun cooking with me today, and I hope that you will actually try this.